Welcome back. This is still the BDTV Breakfast Show, and this is Social Listening. This is where we break down some of the stories making the rounds on social media. My name remains Elizabeth Musa, and of course, I'm joined by Onyeka Valentine this morning. Always present, always ready, always fit. And let's talk about fitness. Fitness coach and wellness advocate Oluchuku Okeke says she's gearing up to break the Guinness World Record for the largest step Aerobics marathon. She revealed that the attempt coming up in December 2025 will be highlight resilience and how exercise can be a powerful therapy. Okeke shared that she turned to aerobics during postpartum depression and now wants women to know they can rise again after tough seasons. She's been training since June 2024 with coaches and medical experts to make sure she's ready for the marathon. We'll see some of the comments and see how Nigerians are reacting to this conversation. But really, I think this is the kind of Guinness World Record I'll definitely throw my weight behind, because anything that focuses on health, wellness, well-being, I'm all for it. And the good cause. I mean, it's not just, I see her as, she's not just trying to break a record, just revealing what's behind the attempt to break the record, is how she's mentioning that she wanted to highlight resilience and how exercise can be a powerful therapy. I think it's really important, especially now where people are always looking for, the shortcuts to good health. You want good health, you're taking some shots or whatever, when you can actually do the right thing. It's always a longer route. It's hard, but it's worth it eventually. So I'm going to throw my weight behind someone like that. And I think many more people, this is where the fitness centers should actually come, partner, sponsor. It's a good cause. I know we say every time that, it's like Nigeria will soon tear this Guinness World Record. I agree with that, because this year alone, I can't, okay, wait. We had the jollof, the biggest cooking pot of jollof. We've had the longest makeup world record. We've had a number of them even since last year, since we decided to revisit this book. It's like it's been on a roll, but this one is certainly a good one, and it's a good way to end the year. So if you see someone do something like this, it will also be I think for me, it's also the people that get to be in partnership with them. So when you see fitness centers, wellness centers, fitness coaches, and all of these people present in this place, it just creates more awareness for fitness, health and wellness. So I think it's good.
I mean, let's say no more. Look, I cannot agree with you any further than I have already. 100%. There's no room for question. I mean, when it comes to exercise, fitness, I do that outside.
And I know you're very big on it as well.
So when it comes to motivate and inspire people to start to do with exercise, because exercise is the major key to greatness in life, I always talk about. So this alone, when I saw the headline, I was like, okay, get me started.
Are you going to be there in any way, supporting or doing something?
One way or the other, one of the organizers will reach out to me. There's a reason why, because it's within the scope of part of what I do.
What you do,
right. And truth be told, when she succeeds, I didn't say if she, when she succeeds,
she will definitely succeed.
She will succeed. Mm-hmm. It would have opened a new era of resilience. It would have opened a new door to make Nigerians see that come what may, whether the economy is slapping you basketballs or maybe you're going through some problem or the other, especially, the issue of the depression or whatever it is that people are dealing with, that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And to keep it short, I will say this. When she wins, the celebration will not just be that she surpassed the last record, but the fact that she could have gained something back in return. You see, you can never get it wrong with exercise. Speak to your doctor, they'll tell you. It is a win-win situation. One, your future self will thank you. Secondly, if you're going through any level of depression, it is there to open the doors and windows so that fresh air will come in and you forget about what has happened, because you can change it, cannot change it. Rather, you focus on what it is that you can change, which is the future. And the fact that she chose exercise, she has gotten it 100% correct. Now, whether or not she breaks that record, the people who, and this is just the effect of what this is going to have on other people, the people who will watch her, people who are already going through problems also, will not be able to think, wait a minute, this is just another way, to actually invest in your future self. So people will come in. For me, it's a great investment when it comes to one, those who want to start up, fitness centers. When they now see the established ones that are trying to support her, I don't want to call brand names, but when they see the present ones who are making great strides, throwing their weight on it, definitely they will also want to say, let us start this thing, because in the future we'll have more people who will attempt to break the Guinness World Record in those areas. However, this I would say is an opportunity now for the government to now say, let's begin to add more money, into recreational activities, into recreational parks where people can go and be having their what they call free workout sessions. Let's begin to see, look, every year can we empower different people, or rather those who are willing to use exercise to change different areas of their life? Can we empower them by putting them on scholarship, on sponsorship, to say, look, for the next 2-3 years, because you're a part of this thing, we would have you be part of a gym registration for the next 3 years. We government will pay. Can we have free gyms within some different locales? These are areas that the government can look into, because I'll tell you, if you have a healthy society, you have a thriving society. And of course, you have a thriving society, you have what? A fantastic economy. A dead man cannot move the economy. That's the fact. And whether or not we like it, what we consume every day moving forward, whether it is food, the air, there are a lot of things that are counting down on us already. Remember on this same set, we spoke about that. We said, as Debbie and I, we spoke about the life expectancy of Nigerians. It is dropping 54, which is crazy. It is crazy. It's not something that anyone should look to have a blind eye on. It's a serious matter. So, if we have more people saying we want to break the Guinness World Record when it comes to exercise, fitness, and marathon,
let's not have them too much. One person is enough for them. That person can create awareness now. No, create awareness. Be an overkill.
No, of course, create awareness, but let the awareness now create room for more people to exercise and get their health on top form, rather in top form, so that way this can happen. On form. Whichever it is.
Right. Let's see some of the reactions on social media and see if we're seeing people who are throwing their weight behind her, or the people who will say, you know what, it's like we want to tear this record. I think at some point Nigeria will be like, you saw when that Mandiki said she wanted to do that one is even an unserious person. She said she wanted to do the world record for the how many
woman that could sleep with most men.
The most men.
I mean, that was just
jobless,
an angle of she needed some medical. Anyways, this is why.
Well, that's a comment from Olatu UG. It says coconut head Niger folks won't rest until the Guinness World Record book is torn into pieces. I said it. It's like this morning, tomorrow I want to do mine anyway. Emmanuel Abe says Nigerians are great and gifted people in the world, and we never relent in making history. I agree. I think we'll probably have. I think we need to even do the Guinness World Record for the people who have the most world record. And I think it will be Nigeria.
I think right now, they should just have their satellite office in Nigeria.
Or we should have Nigerian Guinness. Maybe it should not just be Guinness World Record. It should not be Nigeria Guinness World Record. Because really, Victor Famuyiwa says, gone were those days when we celebrate winning a Nobel laurel. No legacy comes with breaking a Guinness record for real. Well, there's a point in that anyway. Homebase says Nigerians can never break world record with technology and science. Only rubbish. No, but this isn't rubbish.
So I totally disagree with this particular person. Whoever the person is, actually, it's come from an angle, quote and unquote, rubbish thinking. Because why would you say it is rubbish? Something that's going to, make people want to get out there and get their health in place, and you say it is rubbish. Let's move on to somebody else that is not imbalanced.
Anyway, in that case, let's move away from that story. Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi says some Nigerian internet fraudsters, commonly called Yahoo Boys, are actually geniuses who just need proper guidance. Speaking in Onitsha, he noted that their creativity and boldness could contribute to national development if channeled the right way. He said real wealth should uplift society by supporting education, reducing poverty, and giving people a dignified life. But the thing with this comment that aspirational President Peter Obi said is, it's a good thing to say. I'm trying to find a word. It says Yahoo Boys need redirection, not condemnation. But this is not, let no one come and take him out of context.
They will take him out of
and
context.
say, oh, he has okayed it. It's not
They will
okaying
take him
it.
out of context.
He's saying that, oh, these guys are geniuses. Because if you think about the process of actually committing a Yahoo crime, it takes a lot of mental, you know,
You must be intelligent.
a very intelligent person, because the mental approach, you know, the brain, the work your brain has to do. I wanted to say the brain your work has to do. The work your brain has to do is a lot. So certainly it has to be something done by someone who is smart intellectually. So that's why he is saying that if we could find a way to redirect them so they can now use it in a positive manner, that is not a crime, it's not a criminal act, certainly will have more, you know, it will be of more benefit to the society. But I know that some people now, some Yahoo boys, wherever they are, they'll be like, Peter Obi has okayed us. It's not okaying anything, neither is it throwing his weight behind you. It's just,
I'm sure this smart person will know that he's not okaying anything.
no,
But
you'll
again,
be shocked to see how people take
not-
things out
yes,
of context. But let's see some of the comments on social media and see how Nigerians are reacting to this conversation online. Are they for, you know, Dion Friday says, some of these guys have mad tech and social engineering skills. If the system could just redirect that energy into cybersecurity, fintech, or AI, we would probably be running Africa's innovation scene by now. 100% with that one. Olumuyiwa 102 says, Nigerian youth are in dire need of redirection. Yes, but Yahoo boys are greedy thieves that should be hunted, arrested, and prosecuted. They are not the only ones facing hardship. Other youths who choose legit ways of making money are not dumb. Well, that's a point. You want to,
yes,
or you will not. K King 77 says, at Peter Obi, do not let the hunger for votes make you glorify crime. You see what I'm saying? Some people will take him out of context. Yahoo boys are not hustlers. They are greedy thieves. Many live in strong economies with every chance to use their skills legally, but they choose to level up as international scammers.
So
Ayodeji, just one last one, says, calling Yahoo boys geniuses is a dangerous message. There's nothing genius about stealing from innocent people online. Nigeria doesn't need to redirect crime. We need to reject it completely.
So, you know, like we rightly said here before we looked at those who are supposed to say on social media, some will take him out of context. Others who are quick to react and not respond, because when you react, you don't think about your answer, you just jump into it. But when you respond, you've thought about your answer very well. So in looking at it from an angle of maturity, I think what Peter Obi has said, right, for those out there at home, should understand, should be seen as, look, so it's like you saying, because the bathwater is dirty, you want to throw the bathwater and the baby away. Why have I said this? Yes, they are Yahoo boys. Yes, they are internet scammers, they are fraudsters. Before they became, you know, fraudsters and internet scammers, truth be told, they already started studying computer. Of course, you must know how to use computers. You must know how to, you know, actually do some certain things on the internet. Before then, I felt, okay, no, well, let us try this out. Now, I cannot speak for all of them, but unfortunately, those who are out there who are taking them out of context, you will not also blame them too, because I will tell you why. You see, we live in a society where the idea of jungle justice has been entrenched in the minds of our youths and Nigerians, because we realize that when things go wrong or when there's a crime committed, the justice system fails us, right? So Nigerians want tit for tat. You do this, they get you, they finish it, they don't want to hear any story. Now, that's not how a society should work. Because you see a young man carrying a laptop in his bag, going to work, or maybe you bust into his house.
What if you don't have laptop? Yahoo boy, no laptop.
Okay, fine. That's another issue now. You know, because then again, you don't have no idea if they're into some ritual or whatever. You call all of them, you know, Yahoo boys. It could be anything. But however, fraudsters and scammers are not I wouldn't say they are peculiar to Nigeria. The funny thing is that we've heard stories where some Chinese people came to Nigeria to recruit fraudsters. And most of them actually are identity thieves.
They came to recruit fraudsters.
Well, give and take. Young people to become fraudsters, that's the word. Having said so is that, look, these people or whoever it is that the internet, scammer, can actually come from anywhere around the world. All they have to do is steal an identity in Nigeria, right? Knowing that, for what it's worth, they can easily carry out those heinous crimes and escape, because our cybersecurity is not maybe as strong as other countries. However, those times are changing. Things are changing. We are now beginning to see EFCC doing their work and doing it very well. But let's stick with what Peter Obi has said. And so, what does this mean moving forward? It means that he needs to have a very strong media team to interpret exactly what he said towards the angle of positivity, so that nobody begins to hammer on this thing. I tell you, some politicians out there who are waiting for 2027 will say, they'll snapshot this and keep it somewhere, hoping that they could use it against him 2027. But I know he's a smarter man like that than that, right? His media campaign team, they are smart people. However, should we have these internet fraudsters, sit them down, right? Run them through some level of, that's the ones that have been caught anyway, and maybe persecuted, go and save time, then come out, then find a way to change their mindset and then inject them into proper technological, advancement in Nigeria. The question will be, is the system ripe enough, okay, to be able to cater for them after they have served their time? If found guilty and sent to jail and they come out, can we now say this person has something positive that we can tap from to make the country better? That's a given. It's a given. That's why it's called Correctional Center. You commit a crime, you go to jail, right? You're sent to jail by the court of law, right? And then you serve your time. Then when you come out, it is assumed that you have now been corrected. Those are bad ideas or bad attitude or whatever it is that you've done. You've served the government. You've given government time out of your life for committing those crimes. Now, can the government now say, this person has now been reformed? Can we use the internet that he has or he had before? Can we now generate, income out of it positively to better the lives of Nigerians?
Right.
That is what we want to see moving forward. So those of us at home who have heard what Peter Obi has said, the question is, right, is this possible long term? Because you can't say line them up and assassinate them. No, the law doesn't work like that. You have capital punishment, you have different. So that's what I think.
Right. Finally, the National Assembly is reviewing requests for 55 new state and 278 new local government areas across Nigeria. Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin says lawmakers want to complete the first part of the constitutional amendment process before the end of the year. He urged the Senate and the House committees to work together and make recommendations that truly reflect the needs of Nigerians. Now, you would ask me, some people will say, is this the next thing we need now? 55 new states and 278 new local government. I was trying to do the mathematics just now. To 55 new states plus how many? 365 that we currently have. Let me just do the quick math.
While you're doing the
how much is that?
I will just jump in and say it as it is. This is a total waste of time and plan to waste resources.
420.
Look at that. Do you know what it's costing Nigeria as a country to fend for 700 and something local government already to start with? Yes, Nigeria is a big country, right? Where our landmass is large. Population, we are also big, hence the name, Giant of Africa, as the case may be, in other areas too. However, they say, before you begin to give birth to other children, have you taken care of the ones that you have already? Or is it that they are pushing this agenda of more states to be created so that some persons can now feel some sense of, control, right? Where's the sense in it? The ones we have already, we are seeing some major shortcomings. Some states are fending for other states. Hence the idea of FAAC. Now, believe it or not, the reason why FAC is actually there to make things in place is that they're taking, some states are generating more money than other states. And those ones that are generating almost nothing are getting a federal allocation. So imagine you creating more states out of those ones, right? Cost of governance is already very high. You don't need the suicide to talk about it. It is very clear. And so, in doing this, you're creating more havoc. Look, as much as I don't want to sound like someone who will point finger and say, look, is this supposed to be reasonable talk? I will say this for a fact. I think the idea of creating more states is not truly a given. What we should think about it, the states that we have, right? Okay, are we doing the right things to make sure those states are taking care of the people in those states and those who are actually from those areas? Are we having each state bringing forth to the table equity? And they say, he who comes to the table must come with clean hands. You want equity, make sure your hands are clean.
Absolutely.
And
Well,
in this case,
let's see some of the reactions on social media before we see this case and see what the case of Nigerians, what are they saying? Marvelous Israel says 55 new states. At this rate, every street will soon have its own governor and anthem. Maybe, but this could be a good one for you. Something we're not seeing. Maybe a state for Valentine.
For our George Street.
Something. Here. No, then you can have your name. I think it's a nice name for a street. If I say, Uber driver says, what street is Valentine, Onyeka Street? It has a nice ring to it. Think about.
Just so people know, if you make me your governor, I'll be a marshal.
We don't mind.
Marshal that doesn't look.
We're okay with that.
No nonsense governor.
We're okay with that.
You know, I must tell them corruption.
You have swaggle. We're okay with that. Ebere Anosike says these people are simply out of touch with simply.
Right.
These people are simply out of touch with simply reality.
Simple reality.
Okay. Says creating more states means more state excos and their long convoys.
There we go.
House of Assembly, judiciary, and ultimately a higher cost of governance. That's from Iberi Anosike. Adetunji Adewolu says big move on the table. Creating 55 new states and 278 local government areas could reshape Nigeria's political landscape. What more reshaping? Is this person joking? What more reshaping could we be talking about? Web3 Boy of Lagos says 55 new states when existing ones can't even pay salaries of fixed roads. Nigeria doesn't need more state. It needs more sense in governance. I think that caps it all up. And that's where we'll wrap it up today.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up right there. That's where we can bring to you this morning on Social Listening. Thank you so much for staying with us from the start of the show up until the end of the show. We saw the headlines, we saw what we had on front pages. We also went to Business Week this morning, and then the big story finally here with Social Listening. Some of the very interesting stories from Peter Obi saying that Yahoo Boys need to be redirected to the first one we also took a look at, and now we're also seeing that 55 new states are possibly coming.
They are pushing for it.
Pushing for it. Let's see if that happens. Fingers crossed. But that's where we wrap it up this morning, right here on the BDTV Breakfast Show. Until tomorrow, my name is Elizabeth Musa.
I'm Onyeka Valentine.
Keep watching BDTV.